I mean, I've come to a point, I came to a point some time ago in the making of my pictures, which, if you talk to my wife, it's a constant conversation here. Why can't I make a different picture? Why can't I do a different kind of picture? Why can't I go back to photographing people outdoors? I don't even take snapshots of my family, which irritates the hell out of everybody in my family. And I don't know what it is. It's because you become this thing which has no other choice. And I think it has to do with the time and place, has to do with your own personal life, your family, your exposure in schools and so on. And clearly, as I said earlier, as history seems to move faster and faster and our lives change more quickly, we are beginning to see more and more overlap of kinds of picture making in the same period, in the same place, which is certainly obvious today. If you go to New York City or any biennial, the range of things that seem to reflect the range of things that are happening in our lifetime is very much more complicated than it used to be. You know, as you mature and as you know more, feel more, experience more, this is what makes you what you are. And for better or worse, there's no way around it, I think. But if you're committed to making music or making poetry, whatever the motivation is, however you get into it, it takes over your life. And as so many artists, musicians, poets have said, we don't know where this stuff comes from. We're just the means to getting it out. I mean, it comes from somewhere else. I mean, when I go into the studio, I certainly have no idea what I'm going to do. I just start fooling around with this stuff, and something begins to come together. And though the materials themselves and the collages themselves are very uninteresting and they're full of colors that don't work with each other and so on, by the time I get through putting them together, changing the lighting, testing the imagery with the Polaroid, which unfortunately is about to leave me, something happens there that I always feel, and I know everybody else who works this thoroughly, and I'm sure it's true for you too, that something takes over and forces you to do certain things that you have no idea why you're doing. And sometimes it works. Many more times it doesn't work. And I can't explain that either. Why does it work? How do I know it's working? Don't know. This feels right. Looks right.